when you feel like you're nothing, but you wanna be something. Yeah, well, all you really need is hope. I just want you to trust me if you wanna be something.
That's right. Let's go. Yeah, when you're feeling down and you're out, like you got nothing but doubt, you're alone in the crowd, just trying to figure it out. All of this cloud and this money got you feeling left out. Listen up to me now, every word that's out of my mouth. Wake up, it's me. You're gonna follow your dreams, or are you just gonna be another cog in the scene? You feel the hope in this beat, yeah, the hope that you need to proceed and be exactly what you want it to be. I feel right and I'm proud, hype and I'm loud. I'ma shout all about how I feel in the now. Ain't nobody ever gonna try to change me till I'm dead, pushing up daisies. I'm alone in the crowd, I won't feel down. I got hope right now, and I know I'll be found. I don't really care just what all other haters gotta say. I know everything I do is gonna make them fade away.
And when you feel like you're nothing, but you wanna be something. Yeah, well, all you really need is hope. I just want you to trust me if you wanna be something. Yeah, then all you really need is hope.
Let's go. Yeah, it's what you need when you're down, need when you're out. It's what you need when you're sad and when you feel left out. You feel an energy drop and then creeps out, but with a little bit of hope you can figure it out. Keep your head high even when you're down inside. Through the pain you fight and through the painful nights you keep striving, keep trying, keep driving, rising, keep thriving, surviving. Nothing's in your way but yourself. Don't need nobody's help. You can make it through this hell. Take it one step at a time, one step as you climb. If you fail you'll be fine. Get back up to the grind and never lose sight of your mission. Be driven. This life is a prison if you don't have vision. You're in it to win it, so get it, don't miss it. Your chances now, so be something somehow. Don't let yourself down. That's right. Sometimes all we really need is hope.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. How are you guys all doing this evening? Doing a live before the live. Lokamai and I are going to be live just after this. I do have this live set up to redirect you to Lokamai's channel where we will be live at 10 p.m. Tonight with Lokamai, we're going to be talking about the fact that Corey Bigsby was found guilty of murder of Cody Bigsby. We're also going to be doing some case updates on Elijah, Sebastian, and other cases that she and I have covered over the past couple of weeks, months, that whole time frame thing. Um, Briefly going to discuss with you guys the fact that Harmony Montgomery was officially declared deceased. No shock there, honestly. We knew that this was kind of going to be coming, especially since Adam Montgomery was already found guilty of her murder. In order for him to have murdered her, obviously that means that she would be deceased. Hi Kaleidohope, hi Dawn, hi Roberta, hi Ramblin, hi BC, hi Seal, hi Dina, hi Rhonda, hi Dawn. Yes, best family ever. You're struggling with where you are with this, so you'll do your best to be neutral and choose my words. I mm. I am trying to do my best to realize that at some point, there is the possibility that any video that I may do, Jameson could potentially watch someday in his future. And so my thoughts and feelings, while I used to be extremely vocal about some stuff, I feel like I have become more reserved in my reporting about some things. I will not ever hide the fact that, potentially Crystal Story and I do not see eye to eye on many things. I think that if she moved as quickly as she did to get Harmony declared deceased, as as she would have to report her missing, that we would be looking at an extremely different outcome for the fact that, Harmony's remains have yet to be discovered and that there is still this active and ongoing search out there. Now, whenever it comes right down to it, accountability needs to be had. People in this state legislature, people who were in and part of this system need to be held accountable. Now, does that mean that I think that Crystal Sorey should financially benefit from this process? No, absolutely not. I don't think that those two things need to be together. I don't think that they need to be synonymous, right? I think that there could be accountability and justice and changes made without her ever seeing a penny of any money, because I struggle with the fact that she wants to be Harmony's voice now and wants to speak up for her now. And in reality, she wants to hold everybody accountable except for herself. And Adam is the one who did this. Kayla is the one who assisted him in doing this. And Crystal will have to live every day for the rest of her life in her part in the failures of Harmony. And so that's something that she already is aware of. And I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, God bless Jameson. If it wasn't for him, none of us would ever have known his sister's name. Thank you, little fellow. God grant you comfort and peace that surpasses all understanding. Right? Right? And I know this is something that many of us struggle with, right? This isn't like, oh, one or two people are struggling with all of this situation. I think the vast majority of people, minus a few handfuls of supporters of Crystal, think along the same lines where, where we're just frustrated with all of it. But let me show you guys the articles. Let me show you guys the different reports and the actual paperwork from the courthouse, and then we'll go from there, right? Then we will go from there. So this is one of the articles. This is from UPI Top News. It says, missing New Hampshire 5-year-old Harmony Montgomery declared legally deceased. A judge in New Hampshire declared 5-year-old Harmony Montgomery, who has been missing for more than 4 years, legally dead on Tuesday, granting her biological mother's request and clearing the way for wrongful death claims. Harmony's mother, Crystal Sorey, was in court Monday to argue that despite her daughter's remains never being found, no one has seen the young girl since 2019. Tuesday's ruling states that there will be no death certificate because Harmony's body has not been found. The ruling says Harmony is presumed dead and that her death declaration is conditional upon the authenticated jury verdict in her father's murder trial. Adam Montgomery was convicted last month in Boston of murdering Harmony after he admitted to abusing her corpse. He was convicted of second-degree murder, second-degree felony assault, abuse of a corpse, falsifying evidence, and witness tampering. Investigators believe Harmony was murdered in December of 2019. Sorey, who lost custody of Harmony in 2018 due to substance abuse, was also named Tuesday as the administrator of Harmony's estate, as she considers pursuing wrongful death lawsuits against the state of New Hampshire and Massachusetts. She said, "I'm Harmony's voice, and I'm her warrior, basically. So everything I do is for her." What a nice change, Crystal. Crystal Sorey told the court that she blamed the child welfare systems in the 2 states. "I can't let people forget. I can't let only those 2 people be held accountable because it's not fair. It's not true." Montgomery's estranged wife, Kayla Montgomery, testified that she was present when Harmony was killed and also testified that she helped her husband hide the child's body. Officials said Kayla Montgomery continued to claim that Harmony, as a dependent, and unlawfully received $1,500 in food stamps between 2019 and 2021. So there is that article. This one is the other article. Yeah, does that fall under better late than never? I Hi, Alex. I yeah. Still hearing it in black and white. It's completely heartbreaking. It is, right. I agree. Biomom should not profit from Harmony's death. Yeah. Okay, so this one goes down through Harmony Montgomery declared legally deceased in New Hampshire. Over 4 years after she believed to have died at the hands of her father, Harmony Montgomery was legally declared deceased by a New Hampshire judge on Tuesday. Along with Nasha District Court order, Harmony's biological mother, Crystal Sorey, was appointed to administer her daughter's estate, the news station wrote. Sorey initially made the request on Monday. Sorey's petition said that her daughter's death date was unknown because her remains have never been found. Tuesday's ruling allows her to move forward with a wrongful death lawsuit. Since the day of Adam Montgomery's guilty verdict, Sorey has worked to remove any association between father and daughter. Within minutes of the verdict, she was seen wearing a hoodie that read Harmony Renee and told reporters that her daughter was not a Montgomery. She said she disowned Adam Montgomery from their daughter. Harmony was living with her mother when she was born in 2014, but shortly after, Sorey placed her daughter in the hands of a foster home. By 2018, Harmony, isn't that just a very sweet, short, simplified version of what actually happened? Sorry, but sometimes these articles, they kill me at the different points that because they want to paint this narrative about how Crystal is also a victim in this and how she wants to get justice for her daughter and you know she's just this mom who's advocating just for her daughter. She's taking her back from Adam. She's just Harmony Renee now. She's not a Montgomery, right? And it just kills me because 1 ounce of decency towards your daughter, 1 ounce prior to all of this, 1 ounce of a thought. I can't. Okay. Yeah, let me keep reading. By 2018, Harmony was in Adam Montgomery's custody and she lived with him and his wife, Kayla Montgomery. He was found guilty of beating and killing his daughter, Harmony, on December 7th of 2019, while the family was living in their Chrysler Sebring in Manchester, New Hampshire. Harmony had several bathroom accidents in the car. Montgomery yelled and hit her in the head before she died, according to prosecutors. Adam Montgomery is believed to have taken the U-Haul van over around the Boston area, and prosecutors think he dumped her body around the Revere Saugus area. Kayla Montgomery entered a plea deal to testify against her husband in exchange for prison time after she was caught perjuring herself. After she testified during his murder trial, Kayla Montgomery was granted parole at the start of March and could be free in 2 months. And May 3rd is her date, we know. I know, Kayla needs sentence longer than 18 months. 18 months, that's it. I know. Okay, wait. As far as changing her name, how dare you take the only thing that this girl had that was actually her own? Granted, we know the outcome, but she only has her name. How dare you change the only identity that precious child had in this life? Don't you think that if she had the option to not put him on the birth certificate, come on now? Yeah, Ramblin'. Absolutely. And I agree. To a point, right? I understand her wanting to, like, strip this identity from Adam because she wants her to not be associated with him. But the world knows her as Harmony Montgomery. We have justice for Harmony Montgomery. I have a justice for Harmony Montgomery bracelet. Like, they're everywhere. Harmony Montgomery is known by her name. And so I do understand where you're coming from, Ramblin', because that was the only thing consistent in this child's life the entire time she was alive. She never had a stable home. She never had a stable family. She never had anything other than her name and her brother. That was it. That was it. It's very frustrating. Um, it really just is. Like I said, though, I do think that accountability needs to happen for the state or for the judge who let this happen, for the CPS worker who only seen her for 10 seconds from 20 feet away. I do think that there needs to be accountability there. I do not think that anybody should profit from this child's death, though. Period. And I'm not alone in that thought. Jonathan Miller posted on Twitter shortly after this all came out and was happening, and he said, to have the sole purpose to profit off a child's murder is disgraceful. Our family will support fighting for change so this preventable tragedy doesn't happen again to another child, but not for the sole purpose to out victimize and benefit financially. These Millers have stood by Crystal Story for a lot of things, but they are not standing by this lawsuit. They want to see change. They want to see her do something, change a law, get some type of bill, something changed. We don't see any action at this point about any type of change coming from her. But the moment she got the chance, man, she ran quick to file that lawsuit. I mean, gosh, did the ink even dry? Did the ink even dry on Adam's guilty verdict yet? I mean, seriously. So this is the actual documentation. Let me pull this up. So it says the court hearing on March 11th in the above captioned matter to consider the petition for administration of a person presumed deceased submitted by Crystal Story. Miss Story is seeking a court order declaring that her daughter, Harmony Montgomery, is dead as a result of some catastrophic event, but her body could not be recovered. She is also seeks appointment as the administrator of the estate of Harmony Montgomery. Attending the hearing were the petitioner and the in-state heir of the estate, Miss Story, and her counsel, attorney Sheila Caulfield. The father of Harmony Montgomery and the estate heir of the estate, Adam Montgomery, was properly served with notice of the petition and hearing. The court provided attendance via WebEx, however, he did not appear. Shocker. Look, Adam didn't show up. The court was informed by the corporal that he had refused to attend the hearing. Court begins with the statutes applicable and to consideration of the petition for administration of a person presumed dead. They provide that a judge sitting in the circuit court probate division following a hearing may appoint an administrator of the estate of a person with such limitations and powers as the judge deems appropriate. Presumed deceased pursuant RSA 5531. They say that in absence of a death certificate, the fact that the death may be established after an evidentiary hearing if the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that the person is presumed to have been killed as a result of some catastrophic event, but his or her body could not be recovered. So in absence of any objection to the petition, the court proceeded on offers of proof that attorney Caulfield offered her client, Miss Story, would testify as evidence of the death of Harmony Montgomery that she has not had contact with her daughter since 2019. The attorney offered that Adam Montgomery was convicted by a jury of second-degree murder in association with a criminal matter concerning the death of Harmony. She also offered that he was convicted of falsifying physical evidence and abuse of a corpse, and that there was testimony by his wife, Kayla Montgomery, that she had handled Harmony Montgomery's lifeless body. Based upon the offers presented, but conditioned on submission of an authenticated copy of the jury verdicts, the court will grant the petition it observes in the light of the prolonged absence of contact and the jury verdicts. That Adam Montgomery murdered his daughter and mishandled the corpse. Miss Story has carried her burden to demonstrate that Harmony was killed as a result of some catastrophic event. No death certificate has been issued as her body has not been located. The court next considered whether to appoint her as the estate administrator. So, as to the suitability of Miss Story, no person deemed by a judge unsuitable shall be appointed to administer this estate. The court observes that although she appeared inexperienced in estate administration, the attorney said that she will assist her through the closure of the estate's administration. The court reminded Miss Story of some uh, fiduciary obligations in the estate administration, and she appeared willing to follow through on them. Accordingly, the court will grant the petition for administration of person presumed deceased, index number 1, and appoint Miss Story as administrator, subject to the following conditions. She shall, within 30 days of this order, file a fiduciary bond in the amount of $10,000 with corporate sureties. No certificate of appointment shall be issued until the bond is filled with and accepted by the court. So they also directed her to submit on or before the 15th of March an authenticated copy of the jury's verdict in the matter of the state versus Adam Montgomery. She also testified that she will be seeking to pursue a wrongful death claim or claims in New Hampshire on behalf of the estate. She is directed pursuant to the Circuit Court Probate Division, Administrative Order 7 and Circuit Court Probate Division, Rule 101, to file the status report on the date 6 months following the issuance of the certification appointment, and every 6 months thereafter until the wrongful death actions have been resolved. Miss Story, in her capacity as administrator, is further directed to inform the court within 7 days of either final judgment in a litigated proceeding or upon execution of a settlement agreement. So if she has to let the court know within 7 days whenever she gets her money, essentially, that the resolution has been attained and the expected receipt of the estate, any funds therefore that the court may review, and the amount of the bond required. Neither she or her counsel shall take possession of any estate funds until the bond amount has been reviewed. The probate division must review all attorneys' fees paid for by the estate reasonableness, even if such fees approved of as part of the settlement agreement by the Superior Court. Miss Story is... It cut it off right there. So I don't have that. But then here's the paperwork proclaiming that Harmony is deceased. But there's a GoFundMe out there somewhere. Hi, Rose. Not yet. We are still waiting for him to be sentenced. Hi, Kathleen. The reality is, right, she is going to sue an entity already struggling financially to take care of children. When she said she was Harmony's voice in that interview, it ticked you off so bad. I know. It's okay, Roberta. It really is. We all We all are struggling, right? We all are struggling with this. I know a lot of people are. You bet there's a GoFundMe out there somewhere profiting her name. She's using her name she gave her, not the name that baby carries in this life and death, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You couldn't believe your ears when you heard it. Are you talking about the interview? Let me pull it up. The court TV one. Here it is. Just at least this clip, anyways. Oh no. You better you better leave the live, Ramblin'. I wish she was her voice when she was alive, right? Ugh. And listen, nothing we can do can ever take this back. Like, she we can't turn back time and make her be a better mother, right? Um, I just think I guess for me, it's just the audacity, right? Usually whenever people fail someone and then they're, like, devastated because they failed, their life has changed now, they know they're doing better, and they still regret, like, there's this regret of, like, "I still can't believe that I failed that person in my life." Right? And then you live with that regret forever. Nobody can ever take that away from her. She will always live with that pain, that grief, and that regret. Maybe, if she feels that. I don't very few people, I think, have the audacity to be like, "I completely failed this child. All of everything that I did led to her being in this position where she was living with this monster and then was deceased. And then we cannot find her remains because it took me years to even notice that my own daughter was missing." Right? And so just the audacity to then, before the ink is even dried on the verdict, to run to the courthouse and be like, "Hey, I want to start a lawsuit. Hey, let's hurry up and get her declared deceased because I got a statute of limitations here, people. Let's go. You know, we gotta get this lawsuit filed before the statute of limitations runs out." Like, a what? Not, "Hey, these are the laws that we need to change, and we need to make sure that these interstate compacts go through, or that people are following up from state to state." No, I'm sure I can only imagine that her intentions will likely to be, after the New Hampshire lawsuit, to then pursue a lawsuit in Massachusetts. How much you wanna bet? Gonna make sure nobody ever forgets Harmony's name. I'm sure, because we're gonna make sure that we sue everybody and their brother and, make it rain. And like I said, I do think that people need held accountable. This CPS worker, DCF, whatever, that went there and seen her for less than 10 seconds and shut the case. I'm sorry, sir, but you need to be held accountable. Why are there no charges brought against that individual that seen her for less than 10 seconds and said that she was safe whenever she had clear bruises on her face seen by multiple individuals? Why is that person not being held liable for their mistakes? Right? Why are the people who failed this child not being held liable for their mistakes? You want to pursue that? I will 100% right now get behind you and help push that. Right? Because these people need to be held accountable for the things that they messed up. But to sue for what? Are you suing so that you can start a scholarship fund in her name? Are you suing so that you can, make sure that you have the finances to push laws and push stuff to the Supreme Court levels or push stuff globally? Is that why you need the money? Maybe then we can talk about this. But taking money from the agency that is already struggling financially, that is already overburdened, that is already has hundreds of workers that are underpaid and overworked because they cannot keep up with their caseload, to take money away from the states because you want to line your pockets after you had the audacity to not do anything for your child the entire time she was alive, or shortly after her death, until your son begged you to try to find her so that he could see his sister, so that he could talk to his sister, right? To have the audacity after all of that to be like, hey, you guys better hurry up because let's go. Statute of limitations is running out. Like, I can't with that. And look, this is me being nice. That's the worst part about that. This is me being nice and guarding my tongue a little bit, knowing that there is a likelihood that people could see this down the road. And I apologize, Jameson, and thank you so much if you see this someday for what you did for your sister. But this is wrong. This is just wrong the whole way around, right? Changes across the board in 2 states, not just 2 states. This needs changed federally. We watch case after case after case after case after case of children that are failed by the system. Case after case. Lokamai and I were just talking about this because once again, in Hawaii, they are trying to pass laws for follow-up care. And once again, the same advocates who came out against the bills for follow-up care are doing it once again in Hawaii right now. They are going and they are advocating against follow-up care for these children again, because they refuse to give up their Fourth Amendment rights. They refuse to realize that children need protected, not just children need protected, period. And I'm sorry, but an adult's privacy will never overcome a child's protection in my mind. Where is the rights for our children to have follow-up care? Again, they are fighting against it in Hawaii. This is federal issues, and we need a parent of these children to stand up and say enough is enough and push it and push it and push it. If that's why you're suing, so that you can line your pockets to push that, then all right, I'll get on board. But I'm not going to do it just so that you can be her voice, quote unquote. Make sure nobody ever forgets. I'm sure it'll be a movie. You going to star as yourself? I can't. I can't. Here's her interview.
I'm just, Harmony's voice, and I'm her warrior.
I'm just, Harmony's voice, and I'm her warrior. When? When were you her voice or her warrior? When? When Brian Etten started interviewing you? Everybody loves them some news daddy. Jameson was Harmony's voice. His dads have been her warriors. The locals who went to PJ, lighting the way home from the vanished, PJ, standing there handing out flyers day after day after day, holding vigils, doing Easter egg hunts. How much of that was organized by you? You were her voice and her warrior? You wouldn't even get out of the car for the one vigil for more than a few minutes. You sat in the car. You're her voice and her warrior? You sat in the car, you came up long enough to do the interview, and then went back to the car. Tell me again how you're her voice and her warrior. I can't.
Basically, so everything I do is for her. I can't let people forget, and I can't only let those two people be held accountable because it's not fair, it's not true. And the truth needs to be out there. And it will eventually, when I can say all I need to say. I'm just
So I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it is what it is, right? This is where we're at. This is the way our laws work. And tell me how broken something is whenever we're in the situation where the person who failed this child first stands to profit the most from her death. Right. People are never going to forget Harmony Montgomery, but it does not have a thing to do with Crystal. It does not have a thing to do with Crystal. Not a lick. Not a lick. Period. The law enforcement team that stood there and worked their butts off to find this baby, to try to find this baby, who never gave up. The brother who sat there and advocated for her day after day. Her brother's adoptive parents who advocated for her day after day after day. None of that's Crystal. And you know what? I've said it before. I hope she is a changed person, and I hope she can make something good come from this. It's just, I don't know. Don't know. Trying to find something. I can't find it. The only way Crystal fits into this scenario is if she was a mother who cannot keep herself clean long enough to care for her own flesh and blood. The sweet little boy is the reason that Harmony has stayed in my heart and head, right? Where's the Easter basket? Maybe, hey, if she is suing so that she can take those thousands and thousands of dollars that she will likely get and put them towards a search, I could actually stand behind that also. If all of that money is going to go to like EquiSearch or some type of team like that, they can go out there and find Harmony so that she can be laid to rest in an appropriate way. I can back that up too. Like, what? Let's go. That would be awesome. It's just one of the issues is that I don't think any of that's going to happen. Right? And that's my issue with it. I don't think there is any purpose for it other than essentially greed. And that's the issue. But it goes to new crap that will be worth, yeah. I don't know. Just the whole thing situation, it all frustrates me. It all really does. And then here we have this angel who has been officially declared deceased now. And I just hope and pray she doesn't get lost in the shuffle of all this. I really do. But I am going to finish up. I will see you guys over on Locomai. It should redirect you folks over there. Like I said, we are going to be talking about all of the cases, all the things. So I hope you guys come over to Locomai and watch and hang out with us over there. And I'm going to leave you with this sweet baby's face.